Hi everyone, this video is for grade 9, day 39, chapter 7, and the topic is congruency of triangles and inequalities. So let's first talk about congruent figures. What is congruent figures? Well, basically two geometrical figures which have exactly the same shape and size are known as congruent figures. For example, this finger and this finger, right? Both are identical. So if I'm going to place one 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 over the second one, so you can see now only one finger, right? That means the second finger is being overlapped by the first one, isn't it? Now you can see only one finger. That means the second finger is being overlapped by the second one. So both are congruent to each other. Similarly, there can be two lines AB and CD such that they overlap each other, so they are congruent figure. Two angles also can be congruent, for example this angle and this angle. If they overlap each other, that means they are congruent angles. Now, what is the difference between similarity and congruency? We can say that two figures are similar when the ratio of the sides are, two triangles are similar when the ratio of the sides are equal. But for congruent triangles, all the angles and all the side has to be equal. I mean, the corresponding part of the congruent triangle has to be equals. Now let's talk about congruent triangles. When we talk about triangles, then two triangles are congruent if and only if when one of them can be made to superpose on the other so as to cover it exactly. That means two are identical and they overlap each other. Also remember that in case of congruency, if two figures are congruent, that means they are equal in area. This is a symbol to represent congruency, equal to, and this symbol, this means similar and this means equal. That means they are similar as well as at the same time they are equal. So the combination of it gives rise to congruency. Now, whenever you write two figures are congruent, then the sequence matter. For example, if I'm writing triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, now A, D, B, E, C, and F, which means angle A is equal to angle D. So A is equal to D, B is equal to E, in the middle we have B, in the middle we have E, and C is equals to F. So similarly I have drawn the figure. Now from here you can say that AB is equal to D, AC is equal to DF, and BC is equal to EF. This property of congruency is known as CPCT, that is the corresponding part of congruent triangles. So the corresponding part of the congruent triangles are equal. Let us see this example. If I say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle EDF, now can you see the sequence? Here A is equals to E. Earlier it was A equals to D, but now here A is equals to E. So here I'll say A is equals to E, B is equals to D, and C is equals to F. So B is equals to D and C is equals to F. Right? So I'll say that AB is equal to ED. Earlier it was DE. So AB is equals to ED, BC is equals to DF, and AC is equals to EF. Earlier it was DF. So but now AC is equals to EF. So this is how we write. So the sequence matter whenever we write two triangles are congruent. Moving ahead. Now let's talk about the different criteria used for congruence. The first one is SAS, that is side angle side. It states that if two triangles have two sides and included angle of the one equal to the corresponding sides and the included angle of the other, then the triangles are congruent. It means that if there are two triangles A, B, C and D, E, F such that angle A is equal to D, AB is equal to DE and AC is equal to DF, then both the triangles are congruent. This I have to prove that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, where angle A equals to D is given, AB equal to D is given and AC is equal to DF is given. So how I'll prove it? They are congruent, which means they'll overlap each other. They are equal in area, right? So I have to prove that ABC and DEF overlap each other. I'll just prove that. That means they are congruent. So let us assume that here I'll pick A and I'm going to place it over D. So I'm going to place triangle ABC over DEF such that A falls on D. If this A falls on D, then can you see that this B will also fall on E? Because here I'm going to pick this and I'm going to put it over here. So if A is falling at point D, then definitely B will fall at E. Why? Because AB is equals to DE, already given in the question, right? So I can say that AB falls on D, so I can say that B falls on E. Now also I am placing the entire triangle. So if I'm going to pick this and put it over here, then can't I say that over here the AC falls on DF? Why? Because this angle is also equal. So if this side is going to fall on this, then definitely the second side, the second arm of the angle, as the angles are equal, also going to overlap each other. So AC going to fall on DF. So now A is falling on D. Since AC is equals to DF, so this side is falling on DF, then definitely the point C will fall on F. Now the point C is will fall on F and B is also falling on E. So with both I can say that BC falls on EF, right? BC falls on EF because both the endpoints of the line segments are falling on each other. So I can say the side BC falls on EF. Now all the sides of the first triangle is falling on all the sides of the second triangle. That means the triangle DEF is overlapped by triangle ABC. So triangle ABC coincide with triangle DEF, then we can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Now let's move to the second theorem, which is angle side angle criteria. That is angle side angle. Also one thing which I want to tell you over here, whenever we say SAS, so there are two triangles, suppose SAS, can it be this side is equal to this side is equal to this side, and this angle is equal to this angle. Now these two triangles, do they lie in the category of SAS? No. Why? Because SAS means the angle is between the equal side, isn't it? But this angle, which is equal to this angle, this doesn't lie in between the two equal sides. Therefore it doesn't come under the criteria of SAS. Now if I'll take this pair of triangles where this side is equal to this side is equal to this, and this angle is equal to this angle, then in that case I can say that they are congruent using SAS criteria. Why? Because the angle lies in between the equal sides. So This is very important. SAS doesn't mean any two side and any one angle. It means the angle must be in between the two equal sides. Similarly, if I talk about ASA, so angle, side, angle. So the side must lie in between the two equal angles, right? Now, it states that the two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to the corresponding two angle and the included side of the other triangle. Then the two triangles are congruent. This is a statement. Now, how to write? It is given that in triangle ABC and in triangle DEF, angle this B equals to E, C equals to F, and this side is equal to this side. I have to prove that ABC is congruent to DEF. Now, let us assume that case 1 where AC is equals to DF. When AC is equals to DF, then definitely if this side is equal to this side, this angle is equal to this angle, and this side is equal to this side, then SAS side angle side criteria, I can say that ABC is congruent to DEF. But that is my case 1. That there is another case in which AC is not equals to DF. Let's see what will happen in that case. In my case 1, I have proved using SAS criteria that both the triangles are equal. Let's talk about case number 2. Let AC is not equals to DF. Let there is some other point D dash. It may lie outside the triangle. It may lie inside the triangle. Okay. So let us assume that AC is equal to D dash F. Now here I have considered both the cases, that D dash may lie outside the triangle, D dash may lie inside the triangle. I don't know where it exactly lie, but definitely D dash is a different point. It's not DF. AC is not equal to DF, right? So now I have assumed that let AC is not equal to DF, but AC is equals to D dash F. Now in triangle ABC and in triangle D dash EF, or you can say D dash EF, this BC is equals to EF. This angle C is equals to angle F. And as per my assumption, AC is equals to, let us consider this, the outside point D dash F. Right? Now I can say that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle D dash EF using side angle side angle side angle side criteria, SAS criteria, right? So I can say that angle B is equals to angle entire D dash EF. CPCT. But in the question it is already given that B is equal to this angle, not this angle, right? So this angle is different, this angle is different. Right now I have proved D dash EF is congruent to ABC. Then I can say angle B is equal to this angle. But it is given in the question that this angle is equals to this angle, which means the entire this angle is equal to this angle. But it is not possible. Why? Because this is the entire angle and this is a part of it. So a part cannot be equal to the entire one, right? So this contradiction arises because our assumption is wrong. And this angle is equal to this angle only possible if your D dash will coincide with D. If D dash will coincide with D. So our assumption is wrong, and this is only possible when D dash lies on D. Therefore, the two triangles are congruent. So that was the second one. Based on the second theorem, there is a corollary, that is AAS criteria, that is angle side. We can take any two angles and the third side. By that also they are congruent. For example, here it says that if two angles and any side of a triangle are equal, please do not forget about the sequence angle, side. And any side of a triangle are equal to the corresponding angles and the side of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. Now over here it is given that ABC and D, in triangle ABC and in triangle DEF, angle A is equals to angle D, angle B is equals to angle E, and the side BC is equals to EF, right? Now we know that if in triangle AB, I have to prove they are congruent. Now we know that in a triangle, sum of angles are 180. So A plus B plus C is 180, D plus E plus F is 180. That means I can say that A plus B plus C is equals to D plus E plus F. Now since A is equals to D, so I can cancel out, B is equals to E, I can cancel out this also. So from here I got that angle C equals to angle F. Now using angle side angle property, can I say that both the triangles are congruent? So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF using ASA criteria. Therefore this is also proved that AAS criteria, with AAS criteria also we can prove two triangles are congruent. Now let us solve few. There are two more theorems which we have to study in this chapter, but that we'll study in the next video. In this video we'll solve few questions based on whatever we have studied. Alright, so how question will come in your exam? It will be like this. A figure is given. Over here OA is equals to OB, OC is equals to OD. I have to prove that triangle AOC is equals to triangle DOB, and also I have to prove AC is parallel to BD. Now look at these two triangles. Now can I say that this angle is equals to this angle, vertically opposite angle? Now in triangle AOC, in triangle BOD, OA equals to BO. I'll advise whenever you prove, now you just draw it, you show it by drawing the lines such so that it becomes easy for you to understand. Also this angle is equal to this angle. So side angle side property, side angle side property, I can say that both the triangles are congruent. Now again, can I say that this angle is equal to this angle after proving they are congruent? Why? CPCT. So now if there are two parallel lines and a transversal, if these angles are equal, they are alternate interior angle, isn't it? So they are alternate interior angles, therefore AC is parallel to BD. So I can prove that they are parallel also. Now look at the second question, that is a line AB is a line segment and line L is its perpendicular bisector. If a point P lies on line L, show that P is equidistant from A and B. So this is a question. Let's draw a figure of its figure, then we'll solve it further. This is the figure. There is triangle APB. Now I have to prove that AP is equals to PB, the perpendicular bisector, which means this is 90 degree and these and equals to this. Now in these two triangles AMP and BMP, this angle is equal to this side is equal to this, already given, and I can say that PM is equal to MP common. So using side angle side property, I can say that this is congruent to this. If they are congruent, then I can say AP is equals to BP using CPCT criteria. Now you can see the solution of it. Now based on today's discussion, I have given you a few questions to solve. So these questions are your assignment. Please leave your comment that whether you are able to solve it or not. And thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe the channel if you have not. And please do not forget to like the video because that really motivates me. And thank you everyone. Take care.